Hello, this is Mahlena Ray Johnson with For Nerdy Girls with Mahlena Ray Johnson. That's me. And today we are going over the topic networking strategy session. What do these words mean? Mahlena, that's me, explains how and why you should sign up for a 30-minute complimentary life-changing video chat where we discuss how to find clients, job referrals, and collaboration opportunities. So here are the 3 possible outcomes from your networking strategy session with me. 1, let's work together. 2, here's who we need to work with. And 3, something else entirely. All right, so we have talked about what we're going to go over today. So who am I? I'm still Mahlena Ray Johnson, and I am, what is supposed to say? What do I do? Oh, no. I went to Loyola Marymount University for film school, and then I went to the University of Southern California for business school, where I studied marketing, entertainment, and entrepreneurship, and got my MBA in that. And during the time after my MBA, I spent the past 10 years having informational interviews and coffee chats with hundreds of people. I've also gone to hundreds of networking events and conferences, and I've connected with thousands of people over that time. So I am immensely qualified to help you connect, collaborate, and communicate with other professional creative women. Also, I am a 3-time author working on my 4th book, which should be published on Amazon on May 1st. So right now it's April 5th, 2018. So let's hope that happens. If not, I mean, I'll just say when it comes out, and you can get it then if you like, or tell a friend. All right. So back to what this video is about. This is about the networking strategy sessions that I mention at the end of each video. I let people know that if you want to improve your skills in networking and actually connect with people and have meaningful relationships, I want you to email me so that we can set up a session for you. And someone suggested to me to make it clear about what the session is all about, what would happen during the session, and what happens at the end of the session. So let's start with what the session is all about. So first, it's a 30-minute complimentary video chat with me, meaning we set up a time to talk to each other for 30 minutes. And when I say talk to each other, I mean you're going to do most of the talking, and I'm going to be listening and taking notes in my notebook so that I can help you figure out what your strategy needs to be. So during that time, we're gonna start off by talking and saying, how are you? What's going on? What is your biggest challenge right now with regards to networking? And I'm gonna listen and write down notes about what you are saying to me. And I'm gonna also ask you questions about what you're saying to me. So not just like, do you like this? Yes or no, but I'm gonna ask you, what is holding you back from networking? What are some challenges that you face when you are networking in person? Like when you go to an event and you want to meet new people, what's hard about that? What are some challenges that you face with networking online? How are you building relationships with people currently, both online and offline? What is the easiest part about networking for you? What is the hardest part? What makes you excited about networking? And mostly, why do you want to do this? Why are you interested in networking now as opposed to in the past or in the future? A lot of what I've heard from people so far is that they're introverted and awkward like I am, and they don't exactly know what to say or what to do or how to go about it, but they know that it's important because everyone keeps talking about it. Like, you have to network, you have to do this, you have to do this to make sales, you have to get your client, or you have to go forward in your career, and the only way that you're going to do this effectively is through networking. So I ask you about your thoughts about networking in general and what you are struggling with so that I can help you with that particular problem. For instance, if you are struggling with figuring out where to exactly go, where to spend your time, I help you figure that out by asking questions about, well, who do you want to meet? And where are they? And how can you fit meeting them in your schedule based on what you know about them and what you know about yourself? Or if you are having trouble figuring out how to set up a coffee chat, either in person or online, I help you with that. I help you talk about the people that you'd like to meet and how best to approach them and what to say in messages, either in messages on the platform or emails or when you're talking to people, how to actually set up those meetings with people that you want to connect with. So we're not saying that you're going to meet every person you want to connect with, but we're going to put a net out there so that you are talking, you're sending the right communication to the right people to get the response that you want. So that's what we're going to do in the call. That's going to be the bulk of the call. And then after we have done that and I figured out what is actually going on, we're going to figure out a plan for you to take steps on immediately. So it's going to be no more than 3 steps for you to take. So mostly it's probably going to be, for the people watching this video, here's what you need to do today, here's what you need to do this week, here's what you need to do this month, and that's it. We're not talking about a long-term plan for you to network. It's something that you can take action on immediately after we get off the call so that you can start networking right now. All right, so then at the end of the call, if you had a good time, hopefully you will have a good time. If you don't have a good time, then that would be sad. But the 3 outcomes from the call are as follows, as I've mentioned. 1, let's work together. 2, here's who you need to work with. Or 3, something else entirely. So let's start with 1, because that's the clearest objective for my having these calls. I will actually 1 and 2, because as I like to say, not everybody is going to be the right fit for the program that I'm developing, but also not everybody needs the program that I'm developing, so that's okay. So let's start with 1 first. 1 is let's work together. Ideally, after we figured out a plan for you to move forward, I would love to work with you if I think that you're a good fit for the program. And we go more in depth about what the program actually entails. I'm still figuring it out, so I don't have this whole thing that I'm gonna like try to sell people. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how best to serve people, and I'm figuring out a group program that I'm to develop for the summer as well. So we're going to figure out how to continue working together and get you to where you want to go so that you can go from awkward introvert to confident boss and start finding more clients, more job referrals, more collaboration opportunities to take your career and your business to the level that you want to be at. 2, here's who you need to work with. So this is also an option that I love, even though you wouldn't necessarily be working with me. I actually like making connections with people and saying this is what you need to be doing with your life. Whether it's with me or with someone else, I like to be able to find those connections that make the most sense for people. So for instance, let's say you say that you want to get into the, what is it, the industry. Let's say you want to work at NASA, and I'm like, I don't work at NASA. I don't build spaceships or know any astronauts. But there are people that I may be able to say, this is who you need to connect with. Or I would say, here's how you can find the people that you need to connect with, starting with the people in your network, as well as looking at people that you don't know and don't know how to connect to, but have identified. So obviously I'm not working at NASA. I can't get you up in space, but I can show you how you can get yourself to where you need to go so that you can get up into space. All right. And then 3 is something else entirely. So usually I don't usually have something else entirely. Sometimes the outcome is not that you need to talk to me or that you need to talk to another person. It's that you need to keep doing what you're doing, or you need to make a change because the things that you're doing don't match up with the things that you want to do. So this may manifest itself as I'm a bicyclist, but I really want to be a swimmer. Then I would suggest before you get rid of your bicycle, figure out why you're not swimming. And that's work that you need to do on your own before you start talking to people, because you need to know who you are before you start trying to put other people into the mix of figuring out your own problems. So, or your own issues. They're not necessarily problems. If you're biking and you're swimming, that's fine, not a problem. But the something else entirely would be more work that you need to do on your own, or maybe you don't need to do any work at all because you're awesome and you're doing great at networking already. All right, so let's go over the things that the networking strategy session entails. It's 30 minutes long. It's me and you on a video chat, and it's complimentary, meaning that we're not paying anything for this. We're going to talk about how to get you clients, job referrals, and collaboration opportunities, depending on which of those you want to focus on. And we're going to make a plan during that session. So it's not like we're just going to talk and hope that something happens. We're actually going to make a plan for you to take after the session that you can implement immediately to start networking in the way that best fits for you. And there are 3 possible outcomes from the session. 1, I'm going to say, we need to work together. Here's how. Let's figure this out. 2, I'm going to say, here's who you need to work with, because that would make sense for where you are at right now and what you want to accomplish, especially if you want to work at NASA. And 3, something else entirely. Either you don't need to do anything different, keep doing what you're doing, it's awesome, or you need to figure out why you're not doing what you want to do, and don't involve anyone else in that until you know what's going on with you and what your why is. All right, so now we're at the end of the video where I say, if you want to connect with me and you have a comment or you have any questions at all, you don't have to sign up for anything to email me. You can just email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. You can also leave a comment if you're on Facebook. If you're not and you want to leave a comment or you have a question or something to say, then email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. And if you are ready to sign up for your networking strategy session because you want to have a plan to have today, well, I mean, not today, you have to sign up for later, but if you want a plan to start networking now that is focused on you and personalized for your needs, that is a quick and easy for you to just take off with immediately, and we can figure out which of the 3 buckets you fit in, then email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. Again, if you have any questions or comments, email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. Or if you want to sign up for your complimentary 30-minute networking strategy session, also email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.